I don't normally like to leave negative comments, but please, never rank again. Listen, Fuel Mule, that's quite the mouthful. We're not close, you don't know me like that, but I'm like a little bit antagonistic, okay? I like to push buttons. And so just because you asked me not to, I'm definitely gonna do it again. In fact, right now, let's rank my top 10 favorite alien invasion movies. What's the difference between personal favorites and what you think are objectively the best? The difference is there's no such thing as objective. So these are my top 10. Take from that what you will. Number 10 is Edge of Tomorrow, which is super, super underrated. Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt are fucking amazing in this. I love a time loop. The aliens are genuinely sinister, and it is an incredible action movie. This movie is so good. We deserve a sequel. I am very aware that my love for this movie is very nostalgia based. It's very right time, right place. It's the incredible cast. It's the fact that it is peak 90s horror comedy. It's the fact that Kevin Williamson, the writer of Scream, wrote this screenplay. But The Faculty is fucking awesome, and I love it so much. Number 8, I'm gonna go with John Carpenter's The Thing. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, she's just picking that because she thinks Kurt Russell is such a babe in this movie. And no, you're wrong. But also, I mean, it is that a little bit. But it's also because this movie is just fantastic. I mean, I don't have to tell you that. Number 7, Alex Garland's Annihilation. I think this movie is deeply understood. I love it. I think it's so beautiful. I think it's an incredible meditation on like self and identity and friendship and humanity. And I also think that it's got an incredible cast and it is fucking trippy as hell, which I love. No matter which version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers is your favorite, they're both great. My personal favorite is 1978, starring the amazing late Dawn Sutherland, and also a young Jeff Goldblum is in this movie. This movie is utterly terrifying. It is one of the most horrifying, ominous, quietly terrifying films I've ever seen in my life. Like the horror of silence in this movie, it's insane. Also, some excellent body horror here. I love this movie. It's so fucking good. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Top 5, The Abyss. Call me crazy, The Abyss is my favorite James Cameron movie. A lot of people do, but I don't give a fuck because The Abyss is clearly his most personal film. I think the performances and the writing is hands down his strongest, and there are a couple of scenes in this that are just captivating from start to finish, that are just some of the most romantic, most beautiful dialogue, it feels incredibly authentic, and I fucking love the ending. Let's get weird. I love this movie. My love for District 9 is deeply personal. I don't expect everybody to love it as much as I do, but I think this movie is incredible. I think it's super unique. I think it's incredibly well done, and I think the fact that the budget was relatively small and the VFX were so good for the time and they hold up so well today, I think this movie's great. I love it. I really think it's kind of underrated still. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you it's underrated. I'm going to tell you I love it. Okay, we're entering the top 3, and number 3 is Under the Skin by Jonathan Glazer. I absolutely love this movie. I feel like atmospheric horror does not even begin to cover it. It is just incredibly bleak, but also stunningly beautiful and incredibly contemplative. I think this movie is a revelation. I really do love it so fucking much. Number 2, I said when this movie came out that I thought it was a masterpiece. I still think it's a masterpiece. I'm sure plenty of people are going to be in the comments being like, I can't believe you would have a movie from 2022 that high. I don't care. I really don't care. I think this is honestly, it's my favorite film of Jordan Peele, and I think Jordan Peele is the most interesting filmmaker working today, probably. And I genuinely think that this film is absolutely like blow your fucking socks off, incredible, genuine masterpiece. One of the best films I've ever seen, one of the best theatrical experiences I've ever seen. I fucking love it. Finally, my number 1 is always going to be Signs. It's my favorite alien invasion movie. I don't know what it would take to dethrone it at this point. I think it's Shyamalan's best work and indicative of what he does best, which is small, intimate stories with a huge backdrop. And I think it's Mel Gibson's most impressive acting. I think it's Joaquin Phoenix's probably as well. The child actors are fucking amazing. I love the use of the non-chronological timeline. I think the way that it's split up is frankly brilliant, and it's so impactful the way that information is strategically given to you. It's also genuinely terrifying, and I think a lot of the like CinemaSins-esque critique of like, oh, why would aliens even go there? Like there's use your brain, okay? First of all, it's sci-fi. It's made up, okay? Aliens aren't real, but also there's a million reasons why people in the universe would go to a planet in the Goldilocks zone, even if there are dangers to them, because there's not a lot of planets that support life. Anyways, regardless, okay? This movie fucking rules. An honorable mention goes to Prey. I fucking love this movie. Dan Trachtenberg's amazing. It takes an incredibly skilled filmmaker to make a long-standing legacy sequel that is better than the original and any of the films that came before it. Yeah, I said it. It's better than Predator. I don't care.